flying over all the competition like Kirby. Nintendo news, you gon' get something new in a hurry. Something new drop, I'll be on it bright and early. I'm going hard, don't know what else to tell ya. The missing link like I was looking for Zelda. Leave a comment so I know more about you. Welcome to the Odyssey, you know that we out. Welcome to the Odyssey, the like press play, time to run with the squad. See Mario, we on a new way. Never slow down when the zone need no breaks. To the Odyssey, take your time and see. We can build a new world like Minecraft, Steve. New video out, now your mind's at ease. Make sure to stop by anytime I stream. I like to dream, keep you inspired. Look to the future and see what you find. Let's journey together, one leap at a time. It's your time to shine, so reach for the sky. To the Odyssey, hit the light first place. Mario, we on a new way. Never slow down when it don't need no breaks. Welcome to the Odyssey, hit the like press play, time to run like Mario, we on a new way. Never slow down when it don't need no breaks. Hit the like press play, time to run with the squad like Mario, we on a new way. Never slow down when it don't need no breaks. Welcome to the Odyssey. Welcome to the Odyssey. Hit the like, press play. Time to run with the squad like Zeno. Drive like Mario. We on a new way. Never slow down when it's don't need no breaks. We won't fade. Our shine gets greater. Staying on the ball like Pokémon trainers. From the NES to the Wii, we dangerous. You can play match, but it ain't gon' save ya. Do it for the gamers. Y'all ain't gotta worry. Flying over all the competition like Kirby. Nintendo news, you gon' get it in a hurry. Something new drop, I'll be on it bright and early. I'm going hard, don't know what else to tell ya. The missing link like I was looking for Zelda. So I know more about you. Welcome to the Odyssey, you know that we out. To the Odyssey, hit the like, press play. Time to run with the squad like Zeno. Driving like Mario, we on a new way. Never slow down when it's don't need no breaks. Welcome to the Odyssey. Take your time and see. We can build a new world like Minecraft, Steve. New video out, now your mind's at ease. Make sure to stop by anytime I stream. I like to dream, keep you inspired. Look to the future and see what you find. Let's journey together, one leap at a time. It's your time to shine, so reach for the sky. To the Odyssey, hit the like, press play. Drive like Mario, we on a new way. Never slow down when it's don't need no breaks. Welcome to the Odyssey. Hit the like, press play. Time to run with the squad like Zeno. Drive like Mario, we on a new way. Never slow down when it don't need no breaks. Drive like Mario, we on a new way. Never slow down when it don't need no breaks. Welcome to the Odyssey. Hit the like, press play. Time to run with the squad like Zeno. Drive like Mario, we on a new way. Never slow down when it's don't need no breaks. We won't fade. Our shine gets greater. Staying on the ball like Pokémon trainers. From the NES to the Wii, we dangerous. You can button mash, but it ain't gon' save ya. Do it for the gamers. Y'all ain't gotta worry. Flying over all the competition like Kirby. Nintendo news, you gon' get it in a hurry. Something new drop, I'll be on it bright and early. I'm going hard, don't know what else to tell ya. The missing link like I was looking for Zelda. Leave a comment so I know more about you. Welcome to the Odyssey, you know that we out. To the Odyssey, hit the like, press play. Time to run with the squad like Zeno. Drive like Mario, we on a new way. Never slow down when it's don't need no breaks. Welcome to the Odyssey, hit the like, press play. Time to run with the squad like Zeno. Drive like Mario.
All right, 1, 2, testing. Can you hear me? Am I muted? I'm always muted. Am I muted? Hello, hello, hello. Hi, hi. Welcome to the channel. We are live. I'm going to do a Q&A for the Switch 2 experience. At the same time, I'm testing everything out. I'm testing our live stream. Let me know how it sounds. Is it too loud? Is it too quiet? Am I peaking? Let me know I'm on your end. Can it be a little higher? Can it be a little lower? Am I muffled? All those questions I would love to have answers for. That way I can go ahead and adjust it on my end. Let me know. And I can do that on my end. And of course, we got some stuff to talk about. All right, we got some stuff to talk about. Song is echoed. Okay, let's go ahead and get that song out of the way. Media assets. Let's get that song out of the way. And how about we play some how about we do that one, right? Let me know how that one sounds. Let me know how that sounds. That song, if it's better than the other one. Good. Awesome. Perfect. All right. Yeah. We're here. Cozy. And I'm Cozy. I got my my friend Super Mario right there. This is our 60K prize for the giveaway, right? And if you want one now, it's also available on my Etsy shop. I have a couple available. By the way, this is made by me myself completely. I molded it, I 3D printed it, I colored it, I put it together, and so yeah, it's a good statue. Like it's pretty tall. You know, it's about 16 inches tall. And it has like a wide base here, so you can maybe put your keys or whatever, right? Or put it on your shelf, on your nightstand, have Mario next to you. So yeah, that's gonna be there. Have you guys 1 2 testing 1 2. How does it sound? Does it sound how I'm listening to it? Is the sound clear, crystal clear, or is it kind of on the high end, on the, you know, because I'm very, very conscious about the sound. I want to make sure it sounds good because I'm using my good mic. Look, it's the Sennheiser. Clear. Okay, awesome. I'm using, this is the most expensive mic that I have. So I want to make sure that it sounds good. Yeah. Hey, welcome. Let me go ahead first and do a quick shout out here to everyone in the chat. If you want a shout out, go ahead and write your name. Go ahead and say hi, emoji, whatever you'd like to write there. Just say something so that your name can appear on the chat here. I'll go ahead and shout you out. All right. So shout out to, we got Zar. Let me go ahead and zoom this a little bit here because I see here. We got Zotaro. Am I saying right? Shout out to Zotaro. Shout out to a Kelly member moderator, Janmar. Shout out to Bradley Tucker. Shout out to the Yeet crew. Shout out to Academy member moderator Blue Moon. Shout out to Brian Kellens. Shout out to Inferno Lakon. Shout out to Eric Palmer. Shout out to a member. Is it Zalarath? Am I saying it right? Zalarath? I don't want to pronounce mispronounce anybody's name. Shout out to you. What is up, Daniel? Shout out to you, buddy. Shout out to moderator Gina, baby. Shout out. Hello. Hi. Shout out to Circus Brains. I got Circus Brains too. Shout out to, did I say Bradley Tucker? If I didn't, then it's twice. Shout out to you twice. Shout out to King Zora 490. What's up? Shout out to Shiny what? Shiny Shady Boy. Shout out to you. Shout out to Nerdy Sep in the house. Shout out to you. Shout out to Omar Herrera. What's up? Shout out to Eric Bruce. What's going on? Shout out to you. Shout out to the 100% real Waluigi. Wow, Waluigi. Is that Waluigi or is that Wario? I don't know what I did there. Let's see here. Shout out to Chris Lee. Shout out to Academy member Pokemon fan 33. Shout out to shout out to Janie Ray Webb. Shout out to you. Let's continue down here the list. Did I say shout out to Debbie Kelly? I don't remember if I said shout out to Debbie Kelly. Hello, Debbie. Shout out to you. Let's see here. Shout out to Sebastian. Shout out to you. I think, let me see here. Shout out to Kelly. Hello. Shout out to Calverzone. Shout out to Calverzone. Shout out to Hammerfoot. Shout out to Hammerfoot. Let's see here. Shout out to Chrono Rig. What's up? What's up? And shout out to Warren Perkins. What's up? Thank you so much for being here. You guys are awesome. Let me see, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay. Shout out to Disney World Vacationer. What's up? Shout out to you. Okay, I think I got everybody, right? All right. So, my friends, I wanted to do this Q&A. As you all know, I was part of the Nintendo Switch 2 experience in Dallas. I don't live in Dallas. I live here in Orlando, but I traveled to Dallas 3 days ago. I was there Thursday night to Friday. I spent Friday there. I flew back on Friday night, but I was part of the Nintendo Switch 2 experience in Dallas last Friday, and so if you have not seen the video yet, I did post a full experience video. I think it's the only one on YouTube, right? Because people have been posting clips of their experiences, like games and stuff like that, or gameplay, or just kind of describing what they've done, but I was able to record the entire experience. I mean, as you walk through the door, you make the line, you get your pass, you wait in line. I describe everything that's happening, step by step, stage by stage, what we're playing next, why we're playing it. Then, it has the entire experience, exactly what I went through there, and I did this thinking about everyone who did not go, right? I did this with thinking about everybody who didn't go. I mean, I was having fun, and I enjoyed the experience, and I learned a lot, right? And I was just awed, like in awe of everything, right? But like half of my brain was divided. Like, okay, there's so many people who didn't make it here, and I wish they were here and experience this. What can I do for them in order for them to be able to have that same experience, at least digitally? And so I said, okay, I need to record everything. I normally have a camera, a little camera, and I wear it on my hat, right? Like on a hat. And sometimes I use this camera because when I go to places or whatever, my disability doesn't allow me to capture everything, right? So I take it to theme parks and stuff, and then I watch it over and everything. And so I had my camera with me. I wanna just say thank you to all of the amazing staff at the Nintendo Experience for being so accommodating. They all allowed me to record everything, right? They were just so gracious. A lot of them were fans of the channel, so a lot of them watched the channel, and so it was great that I was able to speak to them. You know, they're part of you guys. They're part of the Odyssey family, and so they were happy that I was there with them, and we met and we talked and everything. I met a lot of you guys out there as well. We took some pictures. Which, by the way, if you have the pictures that you took over at the experience, for those of you who I met in person, then send it my way. Go ahead if you want to DM the pictures, or you can either tag me on X, Facebook, whatever social media you have. It was a great experience, right? And yeah, they I get this a lot. I get this this one. I get this a lot. Like a lot of people are surprised that they allowed me to record the entire experience, right? The entire process all the way through, like from the line, from everything, like everything about the experience, right? And so yeah, I'm just extremely and incredibly grateful that they allowed me to do so. In part, I think it's because it was the last one. Right? It's done. The experience is done. They finished, I think, yesterday, and it's done. Right? There's no more experiences in the United States, so it was the very, very last one. Yeah. So I took pictures. I took video of everything. You know, through the entire process, the building, the line. I spoke to people, right? And so it's done for the USA. So in the United States, there's no more. I think in London, it's also done. I think the ones that are still left are in Korea. I think it's South Korea. I'm not sure if the one in China is still going on. Brazil. I think the one in Brazil is still going on. Also, is still coming. But yeah, the one in the United States is completely done. And so I'm grateful that I was able to present this video for you guys, because trust me, guys, I had at the heart, I was thinking of you. I was literally thinking of you. I'm like, it's like, man, I don't know why they couldn't make an experience just in different locations, different game stops, maybe do a tour through the United States and have people visit local places. They only had them in Los Angeles and New York and Dallas, 3 locations, and then it was at random. And I'm like, wow. And so I am going to talk about my experience. I do have my first impressions review video that I'm working on for Donkey Kong, for Mario Kart, for Street Fighter. If you like Civilization 7, it's a point and click game. You create a world and stuff like that. I'm doing a review, my first impressions review on that for Switch 2. I'm doing my first impression review on X Drive, the one with the wheelchairs. I'm doing one for Yakuza. I'm doing one for like every game that I played. I'm doing my first impressions review on the channel separately, right? But first, I wanted to release the full experience, everything I went through, for you guys, so that you guys have that, at least have that, you know, that digital experience yourselves. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a 20-minute video. You guys can watch it whenever you want, with dinner. Just take your time and watch it little by little, right? Enjoy the experience, enjoy the content, the games, the environment. And so it was all intentional, right? The video is completely intentional, and it was just something that I wanted to bring and create so that you guys can watch it. It's on if you haven't seen it, it's on there now. One thing that I would love for you guys to do for me, if you can, share it, please. But just click share. Share it on your favorite social media. I think you can click remix, and it'll allow you to share it on your own channel. Also, a clip or something, or your favorite part of it. Like the video, of course, and then leave your comment. I think we have already over 100 comments on the video, which is awesome. But yeah, help me spread it out, because I know there's a lot of people out there who are able to make the experience, and my goal is for everyone to not just watch clips about somebody else's experiences on YouTube, but be able to. And so it kind of feels a little bit like you had the experience too. So that's the first part, right, of the stuff. All right. So the purpose of this live stream is of course, you guys like the new set? Do you guys? How do you grade it? 1 to 10? If you like the new live stream setup, and then this is gonna be also my video setup, my video area where I get to talk to you. So let me know if let me just add an extra camera here. Okay. All right. So I mean, it does look compact because I wanted to create an area where you could see the TV and you could also see the collection, although the collection continues all the way back there. But I also added so you have a double. Look at this. Have another camera over there. And so you're talking to me over there, and we're kind of talking about this right here, and then I can show you the TV of whatever I'm talking about, and I can talk to you front here, or I could talk to you over there, and I could do this. I can bring this here, or I could bring this there, right? And so the second camera does lag a little bit, yeah, because it's not meant to be a main camera. It's just meant to be a second shot. And I could just kind of position this one here. Slow this one out so I can go like this. That one right there, right? I can like this. And you guys can see my table, right? If I'm presenting my bubbly, like my bubbly like that right there, right? And you guys can see the table more. I can take that camera also and kind of bring it over here, and then use it as a top-down camera. So you guys can also see what's happening on the table for products. And then when I'm done, I can go back and come here and let me go ahead and remove this one here. And what happened to the other one? There you go. I'm bringing this one back. So yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, we got a 10. Thank you so much for the thing. We got a new subscriber. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate it. It's Rock. Awesome. Welcome to the channel. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Odyssey. And so yeah. Hi, Wanda Mike's being right now. Let's see here. All right. Okay, so who's ready for the Q&A? Let's see here. I'm just kind of reading the comments here real quick. All right, so we're gonna be oh yes, this is a good question. I did pre-order the Nintendo Switch. I did pre-order I pre-ordered the bundle the same night. The same night we did the pre-order live streams. Big hair, microphone. I pre-ordered the Switch on the live stream, so that went well. It would have sucked if I couldn't pre-order and then I had to go to the experience. I'm like, man, oh man, I it would have been just so much worse. But yeah, I was able to, I pre-ordered mine at Walmart. So far everything went well. No cancellations, went like that, and so everything went well. I do have some good news on pre-orders. So is there anybody in the chat that wasn't able to pre-order but still wants to pre-order before June 5th? Let me know in the chat. Just let me know if there's anybody in the chat that wasn't able to pre-order because you missed out on that day, but you still want to pre-order to get your Switch 2 before June 5th. Because I have some news for you, which is good. Okay. Let's see here. I pre-ordered mine today with Donkey Kong. Awesome. I have to wait till Christmas. I mean, Christmas is the best time to get a Switch 2. Trust me. Christmas is the best time to get a Switch 2. I'm waiting for my Nintendo Store email. Okay. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Can't pre-order here in Bermuda. Then stay tuned to the channel then. Stay tuned to the channel. Pre-order Saturday from Walmart. Had to get just the system, but that's okay. I mean, hey, a system is better than any, like I said, the most important thing is that you get the system, right? That's like the it, right? So a game is digital. You can get any games you want later on. Plus, you have your entire library of Nintendo Switch 1 games available at you right there. And so if you were able to pre-order that Nintendo Switch 2, that's the W right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the Q&A. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start selecting questions. Go ahead and like starting now, go ahead and ask your question. Any question regarding the experience, okay? So Nintendo Switch 2, the games that were there, rumors that you've heard that I can maybe confirm or deny. And so go ahead and start asking your questions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start highlighting the questions so that I can highlight the question on screen and then go over them one by one. So go ahead and start asking questions. If you have a question for me, go ahead and start write it down, and I'm going to be looking for them and highlighting them there. Let's see here. Just I'm going to hit it all. Okay. Okay, so I have that's a good question. Very good question. Awesome question. Great question. I'm starting questions down so that I can go ahead and answer them one by one. Those are very good questions. Okay, great question. Very good question. Let me go ahead and highlight that. Great question. Beautiful question. Question. That is awesome. Let's see here. That's awesome. That's a good question. That's a good question too. All right, I have 11 questions so far. I'm gonna get 5 more questions, and then I'm gonna get 5 more questions. Then I'm gonna start answering them, and then I'll let you guys know when the next Q&A session starts. That way I can answer them and not miss any of them. Okay? So I have 11. Let me go ahead and complete 15. Yeah, I did that. I want to highlight your comments so that I can go over that, because yeah. Let's see here. Daylight. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, I have 16 questions. All right. Real Waluigi. Okay. The real Waluigi is the last questions for session 1. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and answer these 17 questions, and then I'll let you guys know when to start with the next one. So the last question I'm gonna answer. The last question is, how was your Switch 2 experience in general? Okay. Okay, I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and add David Patterson's question as the last one. All right, so hold your questions until I go over the 18 questions I have here, and then if your question is not within these questions and were not answered, you still have questions, go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and start the next session, and we can go ahead and answer those questions after. So the first question comes from Cryptic. How did the Switch feel? Do the magnets feel like they will wear out over time? Do the Joy-Cons feel more premium and snug on the system? So first all, the system in person looks incredible. I mean, it looks so premium. When you hold it in your hand, just to give you a side-by-side comparison, you hold your Nintendo Switch in hand compared to the Nintendo Switch 2, and it feels like a piece of plastic toy. Like, I came home and I held my Nintendo Switch OLED, and then that felt like a toy. Like, literally felt like a toy, like plastic. Like, the Nintendo Switch 2 felt so premium, like magnetic. You know, like when I mean magnetic, it's like firm and durable. It didn't feel hollow like the Nintendo Switch. It didn't feel plasticky. That's what I'm trying to say. So it didn't feel like a plastic system. It felt like a metal hard shell kind of thing, right? Very premium, very durable. It's just as thin as the Nintendo Switch. Is bigger and wider. The Joy-Cons felt very premium, incredibly premium. When you hold it in your hand, it's just a different experience than holding. By the way, the Joy-Cons on Nintendo Switch are plastic. They feel very plasticky. The Switch 2 doesn't feel plasticky at all. At all. Feels very, very solid and very, very good. The magnets, no, the magnet when the Nintendo Switch is when and it's connected, right? When it's attached, I guess. When it's attached, it feels very, very strong. Okay. And what surprised me of all is that when you held it in your hand, you try to pull it apart. You can break it if you try very, very, very hard. But who wants to do that? But if you're thinking about, oh, it's gonna fall off, no, not even a bit. It's very, very strong. Another thing is that when you click the back of the controller, the trigger to release the Joy-Con, it just pops out. It's like you click it and you think you're gonna have to pull and feel that magnetic pull against you a little bit, but no, not even one bit. It's like if you click it, it's smooth. Like, sure, when you have your Switch in your hand and you remove your Joy-Cons, they're gonna pop out like fast, super easy, and it's crazy. I was like, when I held it and I clicked the trigger in the back to release it, I was expecting to have that little magnet pull. It wasn't even there. It's crazy. It was just like, and then when I attached it, it's fun because it pulls it in, right? The magnet is strong, so it pulls it into place. And yeah, so I hope that answers your question. It felt incredibly premium. The magnets are super strong, so when it's attached, it's very strong. Of course, if you want to pull it apart, you can break it, but I would suggest that just like you do with the Switch. It doesn't rattle. Doesn't rattle at all. It's just there. It doesn't rattle. Remember, it doesn't have a rail, so it doesn't have a rail. Plus, the Switch screen on the side, you know, it has the inside part, and then the extruding part from the Joy-Con goes in pretty inside deep, so that it doesn't rattle. So it creates a firm, it creates this firm kind of feeling, which is good. So I hope that answers your question. Doesn't feel snug at all. It feels premium. It feels like it's just so awesome. I miss holding it. I want to go back and get it. Do you think the console is going to be worth 450? Yes. Yes. The Nintendo Switch 2 is worth the $450. And not only that, but did you know that Nintendo is not making a dime on this system? They're actually they're not losing, but they're not making any profit for with us in the United States. And so it couldn't have not gone down more than 450 with the type of system that it is. It's just so premium, so crazy. I mean, I held a Steam Deck in my hand also, and the Steam Deck feels plasticky, and it's heavy. It's heavier, of course. It's bigger, bulkier, right? But the screen is smaller. This feels so much more premium, right? You play in 1080p. 120 frames per second in handheld mode, by the way, right? And so you can play in 4K on TV, and you have the option of whether you want to do performance or you want to do graphics, which is awesome. You know, for Metroid Prime, you want to do performance or graphics, and you can see the difference. It's crazy. And the screen is also phenomenal. So I have to tell you, the system itself is worth the $450. So it is worth it. Any new OS for the Switch 2? The OS has been updated, but more like facelifted, right? It's the same layout as the Nintendo Switch, like the home screen and the eShop. They're kind of like the same layout. They do work a lot better, and they are they're faster because of the system. So the UI is the same. There's no music right now. It's basically like the Switch. What they did was they gave it a facelift. They added new sounds, new more modern sounds to the system. When you select, you go doot, 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 or whatever. When you select something, when you open a window, whatever, they added those new sounds and new pops and stuff like that. The icons, they're round instead of square now. Like when you select your own icon, you can select your own face now as your icon because of the camera. So you can do your own face as the icon. And this I was told by the developers over there. They didn't let us do it, but they told us you can now use the webcam to, instead of just pick a character, you can also pick your own picture, your own face, and have it like a little icon there. That way when your friends see you, they can see that's you instead of like a Mario or your favorite character. And so the OS is similar, but I'm guessing it's enhanced, right? I'm pretty sure they built it from the ground up. It's not the same OS, but they kept the aesthetics, the overall layout of things, right? Your icons on the bottom, your apps for your Nintendo Switch games on here. And if you go to the eShop, you have your menu on the left side, just like the Nintendo Switch. It's updated to look a lot better. The font, the feel, it feels more like an app now rather than just a browser, so it's a lot faster. It feels like it's more integrated with the UI. I spoke to a developer from Civilization 7, and they spoke about the UI and stuff like that. And so it's a lot faster. So the eShop is a lot more responsive. Like I said, it's more like an app that's integrated into the OS than you clicking on a link that says eShop and then it opening a browser and connecting you to the Nintendo Store as a browser. It's no longer a browser. That's what our hope. That's what we hope it is now. That is a lot faster and a lot more responsive. So the OS is the same with a sleeker look. I hope that answers your question. Did you enjoy Donkey Kong Bonanza? I've seen mixed opinions for that. Listen, Donkey Kong Bonanza is gonna be my favorite launch game. I love Mario Kart, and I will talk more about that. But Donkey Kong Bonanza, you guys can see it right there. There's a reason why I have it here. There's a reason why I put it here. This game is so much fun. It is insane. It's like first thing you see here. I didn't play none of that stuff because they only allow you to play the underground area where you start the game, and then you end up going into the main area, and then you play that as you complete that second area, which looks like a floating island. Then after that's when the demo ends. So this game is incredible. It is so much fun. If you like Mario Odyssey, it's kind of like Mario Odyssey in the way that when you lose, it takes away coins, right? You know how you losing the coins, and of course, it has a lot of aesthetics like Mario Odyssey. I heard that it was made by the Mario Odyssey team, and so Donkey Kong Bonanza is just incredible. I loved it. It was super fun, and so yeah, I can't wait to play it. I wanted to play more. I said in the video, this is the first Donkey Kong game that I start playing and I don't want to take a break from. I want to continue playing. It's that it hooks you in because you can basically everything is just destroy everything. You can dig anywhere. Oh, I mean, you can if you continue doing the, you know what I mean? And so it's just great. It's great. It's great. If you want my opinion, I think it's. I'm doing my first impressions review, but you guys are already getting a little bit ahead of what I'm going to say and how I feel about the game. Is awesome. I loved it. I loved it. Will there be themes? There is a new rumor about themes. There's no themes right now. There's only the white theme and there's the dark mode theme. There are no themes right now on the Nintendo Switch. I don't see that. I hope I'm wrong, but I hope it's correct, but it's a rumor, right? There's nothing confirmed right now. But if you want an official word, there are no themes. There are no themes. I'm not an official word. I just heard it from by an official word. There are no themes. It's just the dark mode and the light mode, just like the Nintendo Switch. Like I said, the UI itself stayed the same, and when it comes to the layout. Buttons were updated, the shape of things, fonts, to make it look more modern, more crisp, more light, right? More, colorful. But when it comes to the layout, not a lot has changed. So right now, when it launches, there will be no themes with the system. I know the rumor says that they'll be added to 2 point something. Whatever. I hope. I remember I spoke about this during the podcast, and I said it would be cool if Nintendo added more features to the system with updates as they go. And so I hope that this is the case. So far, it's a rumor, grain of salt. Just pretend like it's gonna be a dark theme and the light theme that we have now, right? Because we don't know. And I think if Nintendo were to give us themes later on, I think this is something they would have talked about, right? They would have. It's something that they could have brought in the Nintendo Direct and said, hey, right now we're starting with the light theme and dark theme that you guys already know, but later on we will be adding more themes to the Nintendo Switch 2. That's something that they could have highlighted. But my guess is that they didn't talk about the UI whatsoever, or the eShop whatsoever, because what it didn't change much when it comes to the overall template, right? The overall template of the UI and the eShop, right? It's still the same. It looks the same, just with updated looks, but the same kind of, But I think they would have talked about it if that were a thing. I wouldn't jump on that rumor, just to be safe. Mike, did you see the new UI? If so, does it have themes and home music? No home music and no themes. Just the light and the dark mode. So yeah, no home music and no themes. Just the dark and the light mode for Nintendo Switch. Like I said, I don't know if they're gonna do it later on, but if it were something that they are considering doing, the Direct would have been a great way to present it. That's something that people are looking would have loved, right? And I think that what they're doing is because they're building such a powerful console, they're trying to save space where they can. Now, knowing that they have bigger games now, we have bigger games, and the system is 256 gigabytes. So I'm guessing that the lack of themes and they're just giving us the what they gave us before, just to kind of save space and make sure that, because with each update, if they do add themes, if they add all these little extra features, that's going to take space on the systems. And with third-party games being so much bigger and first-party games becoming even bigger, who knows how big the new Mario game is going to be, right? Or the new Animal Crossing game is going to be, or that next new Zelda, how big those games are going to be. So what Nintendo is doing here is kind of focusing on more of your experience with the game itself and giving you a minimal UI, a functional, okay looking minimal UI that you can just kind of be there and move forward, right? But as of today, right now, officially, there are no themes and there's no background music to the Nintendo Switch menu. Let's see here. Does the new Joy-Cons have wiggle? Nope, no wiggle whatsoever. It's very firm. The magnets are very strong, and because the base of the system, when you add the magnets, they go in they go in a lot more. So it kind of adds that extra layer of making it secure. Plus the magnet, there's no wiggle. There's like no wiggle. It's just very firm, very firm. Great question, by the way. Very great question. Let's see here. Is the Switch 2 fan loud or no? There's no. I heard nothing. I felt nothing. Then again, the area was a little. It was a bit loud when I was playing in handheld mode. I can't tell you because the place was a little loud. There was a lot of noise happening around us. There was games everywhere, people talking. The event was electric, and so there we couldn't really. Even if I put it to my ear, there was just way too much going on. The game, the speakers of the game in the system are so clear, and so it sounds so crisp and really good, right? That when you're playing a game, I feel like that's gonna overpower the fans, but I personally didn't hear or feel anything while I was playing Mario Kart in handheld mode. I didn't hear anything, but again, it's a combination of everything I told you just now, all the surroundings. I think that's a good question to when we actually get the system and we can try it out in a more quiet environment. Great question. Mike, what was your favorite game you played? My favorite game that I played, if I were to rank, I would say Donkey Kong first. Number one. Donkey Kong number one. Number two, of course, Mario Kart. Number three, Hogwarts Legacy. Number four, X Drive, Drag X Drive, the one with the wheelchairs. And so on. I'll let you guys know. But my favorite game, my favorite game was Donkey Kong. This guy there, breaking out. That guy right there. That guy. This guy right here. This guy right here is a cool. I mean, I'm glad they did him justice because he needed it. Great. Thank you so much for the question. Let's see here. Got that one there. Okay, what type of TV does the Switch 2 need? Well, you can play on a 1080p screen. I recommend having a TV that is at the very, very least 4K 60. 4K 60, right? Refresh rate 120 hertz refresh rate. That way you can get the full experience. Nowadays you can get it. So 4K 60, if you want to take down notes, 4K 60, 120 frames refresh rate. And so you can get your best experience there for your Nintendo Switch. All right, I saw you turn. Yeah, this one right here. I saw you turn the Joy-Cons upside down. That's crazy. That they allowed that. It's not that they allowed it. It's that I tried it. Is the guy was like, "What are you doing?" I mean, let me see if I can ask you, like, if I can. Let me go. Let me get that that little clip to see if I can show you. Let's see here. Let's see. I think I have it here. Actually, I can go to the video and you can go to the video and share it there. Be easier. To the YouTube video that I just posted today. By the way, thank you guys for your support in that video. I think it's doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. If you can, keep sharing it. I want as many people as possible to be able to see the experience, the Switch 2 experience. Right? It's not about this video for me. Is not about is no longer about just me growing the channel. I think I've already I've already changed my head about getting to 100,000 subscribers. Yes, I would love to. My main goal now is to serve you guys. You guys who are here now, and I appreciate with all my heart that you guys are my main focus moving forward, right? Yeah, I would like to get to 100K. Every content creator, that's a big milestone. But right now, I'm just gonna focus on creating content for you guys. You know, content that you want to see and that you love. And so that's why the video was created. This is my most expensive video. You know, tickets. I bought new equipment just for this. Okay, so right there, as you guys can see here. Well, I'm not even sharing the screen. You guys can't see it. Let me go ahead and see if I could share that here. Let me go ahead and do this. And let me share my screen. Okay, let me know if you guys could see it there. So if you see what if you know what I'm like, this is where I held the Nintendo Switch for the very first time. Okay, this is where I took the Switch for the first time. This is where I felt it for the first time and everything. It was incredible, an incredible moment, right? It's just mind blowing. It felt so premium. At this stage, we could only hold the Nintendo Switch by itself. We couldn't see the UI or turn it on. This is one of the stages where you see the same stage where you see the glass displays, right, in that same room, right? And so there you were able to hold the Switch, take the Joy-Cons off, look around it, test the kickstand, test how premium everything looks and is, and it is extremely premium. And so there I went ahead and I said I planned this. I wanted to do that. Okay, when I went there, like, if I get the Nintendo Switch 2 in my hands, I'm gonna take the Joy-Cons and I'm gonna flip it. I'm going to take the screen. I'm going to flip it so that the headphone jack, the game cartridge slot, and the extra USB-C port is facing down. Also, the headphone, yeah, they have it down. It's facing down, and the center USB-C video out, the one that's on the dock, that is facing up with my Joy-Cons like this, right? Guess what? It fit perfectly. It snapped right into place, just like like it was meant to be that way, right? And you might say, but weren't the trigger? Don't the triggers are meant to kind of come out the same way and whatever? No. Actually, if you snap them like that, they come out exactly how they would come out regularly if you had them right side up, right? And so, if you remember the patents that we discovered on the channel and we looked at, there is a patent that shows us that you can flip the screen over and have the Joy-Cons the other side, right? So you flip the screen, the game adjusts itself so that's facing up anyway, and so you have all of your ports on the bottom for those of you who prefer to have your headphone jack at the bottom, your game cartridge, and that extra USB-C port for charging, instead of having all these cables come at the top, right? Not only that, that also opens the possibility of Nintendo releasing, and this is just us talking, right? We're just kind of it's not that it's going to happen. This is just us talking about this. Well, there's a patent on it as well. That's what we're talking about it. Nintendo adding a second screen, and it goes right on top. Now at that same area, there's a USB-C port, and there's two little holes. There's two little holes on the bottom of the Switch, right next to the USB-C port. So there's a USB-C port, and then on each side there are two little holes that it look like they're there for support. So when you put the Joy-Con, you put the Nintendo Switch in the dock, then there's also two little prongs that those little holes kind of fit in, so that when you're docked, it doesn't shake, it doesn't move, doesn't rattle or anything. It kind of fits right there and creates a more stable environment for the Switch. And so that itself could also be where the Nintendo Switch second screen that they might add as an accessory for NSO. I'm not saying they're going to add a second screen so that we can get more games with dual screen. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I think the only reason we get a second screen is to have NSO for Nintendo DS. If we get Nintendo 3DS, all these games that were made and could benefit from a second screen. Now there are some games that were made that were, for example, The Legend of Zelda not Skyward Sword, Wind Waker, right? On Wii U, there's kind of like that second screen there. Doesn't really play a part that much, right? And so for all those games, I believe that, second screen could be kind of, diverted or not even have it. But for those screens, those games that the second screen is important, and to create that same exact experience you had once those games were current, then that second screen could be something good. But the whole thing that I did here was to make sure that the Joy-Cons did fit right upside up, right? And yeah, it worked. The guy was confused. He was confused, like, what are you doing? But I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, yeah, I just want to try something to see if you can charge the Joy-Cons any other way. And yes, you can charge the Joy-Cons even if they're upside down, because what charges the Joy-Con is that little slot. That little slot that's right in the middle that people think is gonna break, but it doesn't, because I put my finger in there like that to see how it is, and it can't, unless you can take a fork and go like this and try to break it. And of course somebody on YouTube is gonna try to break it. I don't know why would they do that. It's expensive, but it's a good firm attachment, and that's where it charges. When that connection is made, it's made on both parts. It's not like you can turn it over and it loses connection. When you turn it over, there are connections on both sides that make a connection with the screen, with the full screen. So I hope that answers your question there. And yeah, well, more like why I did that right there. And so I did it. I was proud of that. I was proud of that. Okay, let's go here. How was the Pro Controller? The Pro Controller, okay, again, the plasticky feeling from if you hold the two controllers at the same time, this one feels a little heavier, a little hefty, a little more premium, right? A little smoother, and then the buttons are bigger. All the buttons are bigger. The triggers are bigger. The joysticks are way bigger. The buttons, the X, Y, A, B button are bigger as well. So it just feels heftier and more premium. And the feedback from it, the haptic feedback, HD Rumble 2, I think it's called, is just insane. It's crazy. It's amazing. And I can't really explain it unless you play yourself. But like playing Donkey Kong game, and he rolls, right? He rolls. You can feel it. You can actually feel it. Like it's rolling, like it's actually something is rolling and you're holding it, right? It's very cool. And even when like breaking glass, you can kind of feel that feeling like something is being broken, and yeah, it's incredible. The Pro controllers are insane. How was your experience with the Switch 2? Incredible, amazing. I mean, oh, I missed it already. I want it. I want it badly right now. I cannot wait. It's a Monday, April 28th, and I cannot wait to get my hands on Switch 2 again. It's just, listen, I haven't picked up my Switch. I picked it up once just to see, just so that I can say, okay, the last thing I held was the Nintendo Switch 2. Let me pick up the Switch just to have that comparison. Like, oh my God, this feels like a toy. This feels like a toy, you know? And so, yeah, it's. I had a blast. It was awesome. Do you think Welcome Tour is worth it? No, I don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth being costing anything. I think Nintendo should have brought that in as a pack-in game. Will I get it? Probably, because I, as a content creator, I have to look into the game and maybe review it and talk to you guys about it. It is a tutorial game. Apparently, it has mini games inside. I don't know why they charge $10 for it. I think it's $10, but they could have just packed it in, give it for free. A tutorial game that talks about the system. You know, it's like they packed in the Nintendo, Wii Sports at the time, right? And that was even bigger than this. This was so much funner than this. And so, yeah, I don't agree that it's worth it. Am I gonna get it? Yes, but I don't think it's worth it. No, I don't think it's worth it. And if you don't feel strongly about that game, then yeah, you can skip it. Could you feel the difference between the new? Oh yeah, the HD Rumble. I was just talking about that. The HD Rumble on the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons are brutal, incredible. Like the game. Let me see if I can get the. Let's look at another game here from Nintendo. Let's see here. What game? Mario Kart. Where are you, game? Like the game that blew me away with the Nintendo Switch 2 HD Rumble. I think they have the trailer here. Let me go back to their main page and see if they have it on the front page. Switch 2 games, okay. Kirby. Okay, let's see here. What a playlist. All right, Switch 2 games. Let's go with Switch 2 games. All right. Air Ride. Where is it? Okay. This one right here. That one right here. This one. So this game right here. This game right here, it was incredible when it comes to the HD Rumble. Okay, now you see what she's doing there, right? With the hands like that, right? What if I told you that when you go like this on the table, right? You can do it on your table, on the lap. I recommend the solid. It has to be like a table, because on your lap is not gonna work as well. But on a table, when you go like that on a table, it feels, the bottom of it feels like if you like the little teeth of a tire is rolling. Okay, like the tires of the teeth is hitting like okay, so this is the tire hitting the ground. Like that, right? This is the tire hitting the ground. And so when you're rolling like this, you feel it. You feel like it's so crazy to explain, but you also know that it's rubber that is hitting the ground and it's going like this. So when you go like this, you feel that. That's why I love this game. One of my favorite games here. It was just fun. This game just gave me Wii U, Nintendo Switch Sports vibes, right? It's like so Nintendo Switch Sports, right? You take the ball, you shoot it the same way. Wait, what is this? You can go back to to the one I want to talk about. I don't want to show anything there that it's inappropriate. Let's flip it. Okay. All right. So wait, that's not even it. All right, there. But you know, when the wheelchair is you're pushing forward, you can feel that haptic feedback, like I don't know how to explain it, but it's just so awesome. You know, it's immersive. And of course, it was the only game that you could sit down. You had to sit down and then do this, right? When you play it, you don't play it sitting down. You're playing sitting down. So you sit down and then you kind of do the motions like this, and you have to go like this to make the person turn, or like that, and so that's the game that showed the most HD Rumble, the next generation of HD Rumble out of all of the games to me at the event, which was awesome. All right, so how was your Switch 2 experience in general? In general, it was phenomenal. It was awesome. I had to, of course, like I said, I was thinking about all of you guys. I was thinking about creating something that you guys could feel a part of. And so when I was there, I was just, okay, how can I record, and how do I record in order for me to bring this home and give my viewers the experience, right? That video, if you go to the video, you'll see the experience. You'll see the experience there. Unfortunately, towards the end, my battery died from my phone, and so I couldn't capture the only game I couldn't capture was the only game that I couldn't capture was the one with the Drive X something, right? But I mean, it's online. You guys can look at it and see. I can tell you how it feels to play, how great it felt, how much fun I had with it. But there's really nothing to show. It's just a game. It starts with a tutorial, right, on how to move your wheelchair, and how to turn, how to pick up a ball, how to pass it, and so. You get, before you play the game, you start with this tutorial, and that's what we did. We did the tutorial. We did like a passing kind of drill, right? And we were paired in twos, and so the person next to me, I didn't know that we were playing with them. I thought I was playing against the computer, right? And I was like, okay, you guys are playing together. I'm like, we're playing together. Nobody knew, and then they paired us 3-on-3 to play basketball. And that was fun. We lost, so we lost, but it was fun. All right, and then the last question before we go enter the next Q&A session. Hey Mike, what is your overall grade of the Switch 2, from the feel of the system down to play of the system? So I have to say that compared to the Nintendo Switch, the Switch 2 is just another system with the same name. It has the same form factor. It feels so much premium. I think it's like, I if I were to give it a grade, it'd have to be A+++++, because it has everything that we wanted in the Nintendo Switch. It has everything, right? The magnetic Joy-Cons, believe it or not, is something that they wanted to do before, but they couldn't do it. I guess the technology wasn't there yet, and so they had to settle for the rails. But this is this is what they wanted to do with the Switch when they were designing the Joy-Cons, the magnetic part. And so I'm guessing that they've been developing this system ever since they released the Nintendo Switch, and so everything when it comes to the games itself, the screen is one of the things that impacted me the most. You guys know, it's no secret, I'm disabled. I can't see through my eye here, and I have a 60 to 70% chance on this eyesight, right? Sometimes lower because I got tired. I held that 8-inch screen, 7.9, closer to 8, and I held it in my hand, right? And it was a different experience, right? I've held the OLED, I've held the base model. This screen that feels almost like a tablet, like you're playing on a tablet, like big and bright and beautiful and colorful, and it does have deep blacks, and it does pop out, right? It is an immersive screen. Anybody who's held that screen can tell you that is not just that is not just a regular LCD screen. It's impossible. It's impossible that is a regular LCD screen. It has to be mini LED. It has to be mini LED or even QLED. Like this is a QLED monitor right here, right? And so it's impossible for that to be just a regular LCD. It's just way too vibrant. It just pops out there. And if I would put the OLED next to that screen, yeah, of course the OLEDs are better in terms of power consumption and of course brightness, deep blacks, and all that stuff. But this one isn't too far behind. It's not too far behind. And I would say I prefer this one just because of the bigger size, right? The bigger screen, the more real estate you have to play, and not only in handheld mode but in tabletop mode. And the system overall just feels incredible to hold because of its size. It's like the perfect size now. Even when you hold the Joy-Cons on the side like that, it feels amazing. Feels great now. Now they have adapters you can put. When you have the adapter that turns your Nintendo Switch one Joy-Con into kind of like a kind of Pro Controller feel, then it almost becomes the same size as a Pro Controller now because the Joy-Cons are so much bigger now. So when you insert them in that adapter, then it's very, very a lot more comfortable. And so I think we got here what we want. And not only that, but knowing that music, is it gone? What is this? One, two, music? There you go. Knowing now that, of course, look, Street Fighter 6, the Hogwarts Legacy, is it Hogwarts Legacy? I don't remember. Is it Hogwarts Legacy? Hogwarts, did I say it right? Hogwarts Legacy? I don't remember. I can't remember how it was. I mean, again, we're getting games. We're getting video games. We're getting video games that are there are on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, and they look amazing. They're playing so great on Nintendo Switch, right? And there were third-party games there that look fantastic. Street Fighter 6, oh man, that game looked amazing, right? And so it's great. We're getting a lot of sports games now. Madden is coming to Nintendo Switch. I know there's this discussion out there of cartridge versus digital versus this and that. I know a lot of third parties are picking the. See, there's always a good side to everything, right? There's always a good I would say there's always a good side to everything, right? Not everything has to be very, very negative. These new key card cartridges, they're basically digital games, right? And so it's like it's the answer to how much power do I have over my own digital games, right? How much can I do with my own digital games? Can I give this digital game to my friend so that they can play? When I'm done with my digital game, can I sell it? Can I get rid of it? Well, because of these key cards, the answer is yes, right? So on our side, they're giving us our digital games the ability to be able to sell them when we're done with them. And for a lot of us, we play a game and we don't we're not really into collecting that much, right? So we play video games and say, okay, I'm done with this one. I want to go ahead and sell this one or trade this one in so that I can buy that game and start playing that game over there. And so for those, they are going to. This is going to be very beneficial for physical cartridge fans, right? I think that's not going away at all. Nintendo is offering both. For Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda Breath of the Wild, they have both the physical game completely inside the system with the update, and they also have the key card on the side. They're offering both both worlds. Why? Because the key cards replace those cards. If you go to Walmart, Target, Best Buy, or whatever, and you just want to get a gift card with for somebody, right? Then they like Mario Kart. Okay, now let me get that Mario Kart gift card so I can give them that code, right? This code, the code that you buy for your Mario Kart download, is basically like a license that you add to your system, and you can download the game. That license stays there, right? And so what changes is that instead of that license being on that paper that you kind of need a penny to kind of scratch off and then redeem, well, now that license is no longer on that piece of cardboard. That license, it lives inside a cartridge, right? That license lives inside a cartridge that you can take with you. And it's separate from the game download. So this is the key. There's a lock. Okay, the lock is the game you download, and this is the key. Now you can take the key wherever you want. You want to sell this key? Okay, you can sell it. You don't need to have it. You want to take it to GameStop? You can sell that key to GameStop now and get other games, right? Something you couldn't do before. Like, I have so many games on Nintendo Switch that I wish I had a key card for so I could sell them and make some money or take them to GameStop. I have so many digital games that are just going to be there. I'm never going to play them. And if they ever had a key card, if whatever happens, then I could take those key cards and just sell them and post them online. I can get $5 for a game or something like that, right? So I don't think physical is going away for Nintendo. Nintendo, they know how big of an audience they have for physical games. They're not going to go away. This is an option for now, although eventually in the future, 10 years, 15 years, we are headed towards an all digital future. It's not now, right? Right now, what Nintendo is doing is giving developers an option on how to deliver their games while still making some money, right? And a lot of them are choosing to go the key card route instead of the just digital route, right? Wow, Mario. So a lot of them are choosing to say, you know what? I can go all digital. I can just go all digital and that's it. But you know what? Let me just pay the small fee and give fans at least a key card. If I wasn't planning to do a physical release, let me at least give them a key card so that they can have more freedom and do what they want with those games, right? And so I think that hopefully those key cards also they if you have the game downloaded on your Nintendo Switch, then that key card unlocks the game without having to verify it online, so at least you get that freedom, just like a regular game, right? That's what the key card is. It's a license. It's a key that unlocks something. So when if you have the game downloaded and you don't have the key card for it, and you don't there's no internet, but you do have the key card, you insert the key card. It'll activate the game, you can play. But yeah, I don't think physical is going away. It's up to developers. Nintendo will have both. They will offer both. They've already mentioned that they will offer both. The games will be fully on the card, and some will be key card. They won't all be one or the other for Nintendo. Now, when it comes to third-party developers, there's really nothing we can do. It's up to them. I give it up to CD Projekt, right, for giving us a full game in the cartridge, with Cyberpunk, and I think that they're going to be very successful because of that. I think that people are going to support them for that choice because they landed on people's good side, on fans' good side with that choice. They did pay the premium. They paid a premium to have that, right? They did pay a premium to have that. And so they went ahead and paid the premium. They say, you know what? If we're going to go all out, we're going to go all in. We're going to do this for the fans. And so they did that. All right, let me go ahead and add this question here. All right. Let's go ahead and let's get more questions in. I'm going to go ahead and start highlighting more questions regarding the experience. Whatever you guys want to ask of any particular game. I played a total of 8 games. I did not play Zelda or any other games that are on Switch now. Okay, so I focused on Nintendo Switch 2 games so that I can give you guys new information. Not just tell you, yeah, it looks better. It looks better than here. No, I want to tell you something new instead of just let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight some questions. So go ahead and ask away. Let's see here. Keep ask. I have 2 questions. I'm gonna take. I'll take another 15 questions. Okay. All right. Go ahead and ask away any question you guys have. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm highlighting questions so that I can go ahead and then read them. I'm here. Okay. All right. Thank you for your question. That's a great question, actually. Very good question. All right. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I'm gonna take 5 more questions. 5 more questions. Got 5 more questions. And it could be about anything, At this point, you any game. Let's see here. Oh yeah. I'll talk about that. Good question, Chris Lee. Good question. I was waiting for a question like that one. I was waiting for a question like that one because not everything was perfect, right? Not everything was perfect, and there was a certain little thing that happened while I was playing that kind of got a little annoying. So not everything was perfect. So that's a good question. Okay, good. Okay. All right, I got 10 questions. Let me go ahead and make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, let's see. What's up, Miguel? Let's see here. Okay. All right. All right. I did play Hogwarts Legacy, so I can answer questions on that too. Hogwarts Legacy is awesome. It's amazing. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and start with the questions here from Chloe. Thank you, Chloe, for the question. Was there anything you wanted to try at the experience that you didn't get to? I don't think so. I think I tried. I went there, and because the journey pretty much was led right by them. When we entered, Mario Kart. Because immediately when we entered the area where we could hold the system in our hands, I wanted to try that Joy-Con thing. That's like the one thing I wanted to try, flipping the Joy-Cons over to see if they fit, if it fits perfectly, flipping the screen over so that the Joy-Cons are upside down and the screen and all the UIs at the bottom. I did that. It worked. I was super happy with that. Once we went to the next stage, we went to the Mario Kart area. Let's see here. I wish I had more time with the UI. I wish they gave us a moment to just play with the Nintendo Switch, not games. Just in the first room, I wanted to hold the Switch. I wanted it to be on. I wanted to just have a couple games open, right? And then just kind of open up and just see. Let's say maybe they have Breath of the Wild there, or they had any other game, any type of game, right? But I wanted to navigate through the UI a lot better. I want to go to the settings of the system. I wanted to see if they added groups, right? If you can separate by groups, or you can name little whatever. I wanted to navigate the UI a little more. I wanted to navigate the eShop to see how it looked and felt, right? Everything I learned about the eShop and the UI was shown to me by a dev on the floor, but it wasn't something that I experienced myself that I wanted to kind of just, you know what I mean? So I wish they would have given us some time just to play with the Switch on our own with the Switch turned on. So I guess that's the one thing. But everything else that I wanted to do, it was all intentional, right? I wanted to give you guys the experience. I recorded everything through there. Once I get to the main floor where all the games are, I did some walk arounds to see what games were there, what games I wanted to play so that I can record them and bring them to you. I skipped all the games that you guys already know and they're on Switch on purpose because oh yeah, that looks a little better, right? And of course they went over those games in detail on the Treehouse. So I didn't want to regurgitate the same exact information. I wanted to present new information to you, but I wish they would have let us play with the Switch by itself. That's the one thing that I did you test the camera? I didn't test the camera, but I was standing in front of people who were testing the camera, playing Mario Party Jamboree. So I was playing Metroid, and across the board there was not Metroid. I was playing the X Drive game, and across the side they were playing Mario Party Jamboree. They were standing up. They were in groups of 4, and they were using the camera. So yeah, I saw people using the camera. They were going like this, hitting the stuff and everything. And so everything, they looked like they were having a lot of fun. I just didn't want to play that game because it's Mario Party Jamboree. We own it. We know about it. And so whatever we learned about that update to that game, we learned it in the, I would just be repeating the same thing we already saw in the video, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to bring something new. But I did see people playing with the camera in Mario Party Jamboree. And then of course, I heard that you can add your own picture as a profile to your Nintendo Switch instead of just a little icon person. All right. Would you say the Nintendo Switch 2 is easier to grip, hold than the Switch? Oh yes, for real. For real. The Nintendo Switch 2 is so much easier to grip just because it's longer, right? So you have more to hold instead of having the bottom of your hand kind of just hanging there. So it's a lot easier to hold. It's so much wider, so bigger and heftier, so you can kind of hold it well. Over time, just because of the shape of the Joy-Con, it's better to have a grip. I already have a couple there that I'm gonna have once. I already have a couple of grips for Nintendo Switch 2 that I'm gonna, once it comes in, and I'm gonna put a grip on it when I play on handheld mode. I'm so excited about that. But you don't need one. But obviously, if you're gonna play for a long period of time, you're eventually gonna feel it, right? We didn't hold it long enough for that to happen, right? We were all constantly moving, constantly playing different games, but eventually, a grip is always gonna make things more comfortable. So, yeah, it is more comfortable than Nintendo Switch by far. But eventually, you wanna get a grip to make it even more comfortable. Will you be doing any accessory reviews? Because been trying to find a new case. Yes, I have a couple of accessories there. I'm getting more accessories sent to me, and so I'm waiting for them to come in so that I can make a full video showing them all. I don't want to make a video with just one accessory. I want to make videos with a bunch of them, and so I have a pile of accessories there. I'm waiting for the other ones to come in so that we can go ahead and talk about them all. So I am making the video on accessories. I do have one with accessories that I recommend already on the channel if you want to check that out. I believe one of those companies that I mentioned are gonna send me stuff too. And so once they do, we're gonna go ahead and make those videos and then show you. So yeah. Did you ask if you could take a Switch 2 bundle? I wish, that would be awesome. I left the place and I missed the Switch 2. It was just so unreal and so great to be able to play and hold it, right? That once it's hard to. I haven't played my current Switch. I haven't turned it on. Like ever since I came back on Friday, right? I haven't played it. I haven't. I was gonna start playing a game. What was it? I was gonna start playing a game. I think it's Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I have not. Just because I want to play it on Switch 2. I think it's gonna be better, perform better, look better, sound better on Switch 2. So I have not picked up my Switch. I don't know whether I'm gonna pick it up again unless we do a Mario Kart tournament and stuff like that. But man, it is just so awesome. I'm ready for Switch 2. I'm just ready. You said earlier you had info on restocks, pre-orders, but didn't say the news. Well, yeah. So if you are looking to pre-order a Nintendo Switch and you have not done so yet, then there's good news out there. Right now, GameStop, Walmart, and all of the other websites, they are on a daily basis, they are canceling bot orders, okay? They're canceling bot orders, and they're opening up hundreds of pre-orders. So I would add an alert onto the Walmart, Target, or any of these websites, and so that you guys can then go in, because they're going to be restocking. They release them back. There are still pre-orders available in certain GameStops. So look up your nearest GameStop, and I would say maybe look up at least 3 GameStops around you. I mean, maybe even if you have to travel a couple miles more, I would check with GameStops around, because they keep popping up saying there's more stock. I think when somebody just purchased a Switch base model yesterday from a GameStop. Okay, so pre-orders are still going on. Check Walmart daily, check Target daily, Best Buy, and of course your local GameStop, and even GameStop online, because retailers are doing a better job at combating scalpers and bots. And you see the listings drop on eBay. They're dropping because they're being canceled. And that is awesome. And they're actively doing this. So if you missed out, then make sure there's Jake Randall on Twitter, and there's Lbot on Twitter. If you can Google Lbot Nintendo Switch 2, that'll give you their Twitter account, and so follow those two for restocks. So follow those two for restocks and for alerts, because they're always on top of that. But yeah, it's you can still get your Nintendo Switch 2 by June 5th. What was good and bad, if you had anything about the Switch 2? Good question, because not everything was peaches and cream, right? I would say, as I was playing Civilization 7, which is the game that takes advantage of the mouse feature the most, there's an issue with the mouse and the Joy-Con. So when you flip the Joy-Con over, right, then it becomes a mouse. You have the clicky thing is in the bottom, but then it becomes a mouse. It's a mouse. And so when you flip it over, you have the joystick on this side, you have the buttons, you have the clicky thingies, the triggers. The triggers are your right and left click, right? So if you in mouse mode, those are the buttons that are going to be available to you, and then you have your Joy-Con in your hand. There was an issue where I had the Joy-Con on one side like this, I had the mouse mode, right? And if you look at my hand, this thumb would rest where the thumb is, where the joystick is, right? Where the joystick. And so you think that if when you switch to mouse mode, those buttons and that joystick, at least for the game that you're playing, if they are not buttons or areas that belong to the game, or you're never going to use, they deactivate. And so when you go like this, deactivate that, and you can just kind of use the mouse and everything like that, but they don't. So when I was using the mouse, my hand was hitting the joystick, and it kept moving the screen over and saying, hey, does this game use a joystick or the buttons on the side? Oh no, it doesn't. It just uses the mouse feature on one side and the controls. Then look, when I hold in mouse mode, then normally my thumb is all kind of resting over the joystick, because that's how you're meant to hold the Joy-Cons, right? It rests over. It kept hitting the joystick, and the screen kept just moving because it was active. When the joystick on this side moved the screen, not this side, but the joystick on the other side, was active and moving the screen around. So that kind of became a little headache. And the person, one of the developers, took feedback. They took feedback so that they can maybe fix that in an update about the joystick. So who knows? You might encounter that with other games too, that you use a mouse mode, but the mouse mode is only for moving as a mouse, and the clickety thing on the top, like and then you'd use this one, but then the buttons on the side have no use because you're using the mouse, and then you can push them, and then things could happen because, so that was the one thing that I found could have been, how did the new controller feel? And with frames per second game like Metroid, the mouse feature on Metroid felt great, right? It felt like you're playing on PC. You have more movement. It's very sensitive, like very overly sensitive. So you don't have to move it too much to get to left, whatever, right? Sometimes it could be a little bit too overly sensitive, where you move it like this and you pass your mark, right? You pass your mark, and so you just kind of have to kind of slowly move it, like with this mouse, like kind of, instead of kind of for it's maybe there's a way to configure the sensitivity on the system, but it was a little oversensitive when I tried it, but it felt great, right? It feels great. If you ask me, I prefer the old-fashioned way. Metroid Prime is a shooter, right? It's a first-person shooter game. I like the joysticks better. I like having both joysticks like that, right? For PC players, people who are used to playing on with the mouse, Fortnite or playing any other shooter game on PC, this is for them. This is 100% for them. Me, not so much for me for that game, but it felt great. You know, it's good. They go together, right? They go well together. Are the speakers front fire or below the Switch? I didn't notice. All I know was that they were loud, they were clear, they were stereo, and they were super awesome. You know, I didn't know where they were coming from. I didn't check, but they're loud. They're not just loud. They're clear. They're awesome. Like, it's like you can feel something moving from this side to this side, which is amazing, right? For them to do that in this form factor. It's like a surround system, it's like a little mini home theater in that system, and you can feel things moving, moving from one side to the other, and the sound, right? Metroid was one of those games that you felt everything coming from everywhere. Like, people were shooting over there, and there's this fight going on over there. You can hear it on that side, and things happening over here, things happening right there, things happening behind you. You can kind of see you can feel everything around you. And that's one thing that Nintendo mentioned in their direct. If you wear headphones, it's even better. Even better. Hogwarts Legacy upgrade or a new copy for Switch 2? Well, I heard when I played Switch 2, there were developers there, and there were the Nintendo Switch 2 reps, right? So I heard from the devs that Hogwarts Legacy would have a $10 upcharge if you own it on Nintendo Switch. So if you own it on Nintendo Switch, it would have a $10 upcharge. To update to the newest one. 1 second here. Let's see here. Okay, so okay, let's see here. All right, let me yeah, so there are two. There are some saying that is a full charge for Hogwarts Legacy, and there's also some saying that it is $10. What they told me was that it was $10 if you own the game already. You know, so if you own the game already, that it was only $10 of an upcharge for Nintendo Switch 2. This is what I heard from the experience. I have not done the research myself, but I'm going to do so. But I can only tell you what I was told during that presentation. Both of them, the rep that helped me play the game, said the same exact thing. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. All right. So, according to GameSpot, and this was published. When was this published? April 24th. So it's 4 days ago. 4 days ago. So according to GameSpot, Avalanche Studios has confirmed that Hogwarts Legacy on Nintendo Switch 2 is a new build. That's what they told me. They told me it was a new build built from the ground up of the game with next generation assets. instead of using the Switch port as a foundation for development. However, this means there isn't a Switch 2 edition upgrade pathway for players who already own the RPG on Switch, like there is of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Party Jamboree. What they're saying is here, let me see here. YouTube, Avalanche PP of Technology, Rob Nelson explained that it wasn't an easy choice regarding how to bring Hogwarts Legacy to Switch 2. For Switch 2, we had a decision to make whether we were going to do an up port from Switch or start with next generation assets, Nelson said, and create a voice video seed. That was a difficult decision because the easy pathway would have been to do an up port from Switch, but we felt like we were able to create a better realization of our world by starting with the next generation assets, and we're really happy that we were able to deliver that. They did. The game looks incredible, phenomenal, plays super well. It does feel like a next generation game. I played it and it's amazing. It says, while this should mean better visuals for Switch 2, the downside comes down to the apparent lack of an upgrade path for current owners of Hogwarts Legacy and Switch. For instance, Zelda Breath of the Wild, owners can pay $10 to upgrade to a prettier Switch edition. It looks like a brand new full price purchase of Hogwarts Legacy will be required on Switch 2. That said, there is a chance that the original Switch version of Hogwarts Legacy could get a performance boost on Switch 2. Nelson also reaffirmed new features of Hogwarts Legacy on Switch 2, such as mouse functionality on the Joy-Cons and touchscreen controls on the console's tablet. The open world adventure game is a launch title for the upcoming console on June 5th. Okay, Hogwarts Legacy is available. Okay, so yeah, according to this here, which is not the same thing I heard over there. Yeah, it is. According to this article here, is not the same one I heard. Not the same thing I heard at all. There is a different version. I believe it's an upgraded version because they told me that it was built from the ground up for Nintendo Switch 2. What they said there was an upgrade charge of $10, and so it's completely different from what we heard here. We'll have to find out, see what happens later on, because there is no. We have to wait till it comes out to find out, because right now there is no official statement. If there is from them, let me know so I can go and get it. Right now, this is the only source I can find, GameSpot, with that. But it's a good question, and we need to dig some more to find more information on that. Let's see here. What are you most looking forward to come to Switch 2 that is not yet announced? This is I know this is this I keep saying it as a joke, but I wish it did, because I think that Sony would benefit. I would like to see Spider-Man, not Spider-Man 2, at least Spider-Man, maybe Miles Morales also. You know, Spider-Man and Miles Morales, maybe, because their games are already old, right? They're kind of old. They came out on PS4, and so maybe they can breathe new life into them. Keep Spider-Man 2 exclusive to PlayStation until Spider-Man 3 comes out, and then maybe give them Spider-Man 2 to Switch, right? It's on PC, right? So it's on PC. I think Sony would be benefit from that, right? But a game, I would like to see a game like Spider-Man come to Nintendo Switch. I love the fact that you can it's an open city, not open world, open city kind of place, right? And it felt, that's my favorite game on PlayStation. So I wish they could do that. They could bring something game like that. That's my thing. And of course, the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. Boo Mini with the gifted. Thank you so much, Booney. I said Benny. Boo Mini for your support. I appreciate you so much. Did we get a new member to the Odyssey with that gifted? Let me go back and highlight that. Let's see here. Okay, we did get a new member. We got Mopar. Thank you so much, Mopar Crazy. Thank you so much, Boo Mini and Mopar, for taking that membership up. Enjoy the new perks, stuff. And Boo Mini, as always, you are awesome. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. Let's see here. All right, let's all right, I'm gonna go ahead and then let's do 15 more questions, and then I think we can end it with that for today. So if you have your question, go ahead and write it. Let's see here. If you have your question, I'm only taking 15 more questions, and then we'll leave it there. So go ahead and write your question down so I can highlight it. If you have a question on Switch 2, video games, my experience with the Nintendo Switch 2 experience, any other questions? Also, if you have not seen the video I released today with the full experience for the Switch 2, then it's already on the channel. You can go ahead and watch that, and it's like you had your own personal digital experience, because I wanted to make sure that you guys had and saw everything. So let's go ahead here. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right. I got 4 questions. We got 5 questions. They're coming in quick. So if you have a question, put it in now before we reach the 15 question limit. It doesn't have to be Switch 2 experience. If you have any other questions, you can ask them. All right, let's go ahead here. All right. Almost there. Okay. Okay. I am all right, I got 10 questions so far. All right, I got 11 questions. I got 13 wow, questions are coming fast. 13 questions. Do you love it? I love it. I adore it. I absolutely love it. I do. Okay. All right, one more question. Let's see. One more question. One more question. All right. Okay. All right. I got all the questions. Let's go ahead and start the Q&A. All right. First question here we got is all right. So hey, Mike, I just want to hear your opinion for Madden 26 on Nintendo Switch 2. How do you think it will look, and how well do you think it will run? And thanks for having me. Of course. So based on the games that I played on Nintendo Switch 2 at the experience, I'm gonna say Madden is gonna look incredible. I think it's gonna play amazing. And I'm happy Madden is finally coming to Nintendo Switch. Yeah, I think it's gonna play very, very well on Nintendo Switch 2. And so I'm thinking about a game that I played that's big or bigger. I mean, Hogwarts Legacy is an open world game, by the way. Hogwarts Legacy is a full open world game with so many assets. I think that Hogwarts Legacy is a much bigger game than Madden, and it looked and performed incredible, right? And the Hogwarts Legacy team built the Nintendo Switch, that game from the ground up for Switch 2. If Madden does the same, then you can expect the game to look incredible, even in handheld mode, 1080p, at 120 frames per second. It's gonna be crazy, and so I think it's gonna look great. I can't wait to play Madden on Nintendo Switch 2. Does Mario Kart World play at? Yeah, it does play at 120 frames per second. You can do with Mario Kart. You can also do the same thing with every game. You can do performance mode or graphics mode. In graphics mode, you play at 4K 60, and performance mode, you played at 1080, 120 frames per second. And so all the games that I played had that option. Mario Kart, I think we played it at 124 frames per second because it's such a fast game, right? There's a lot going on, and everything was super buttery smooth, and I think it's awesome. So yeah, it does play at 120 frames per second. You have to turn it on. Hey Mike, what are your thoughts on Mario Kart World Free? Oh my God, Free Roam. Free Roam was so awesome because we didn't get Free Roam as like a free roam thing. We got the free roam while we were waiting for the knockout to start. Okay, so while you wait, instead of, you know how in Mario Kart you have the little world and your Mii's start popping up, right? Your Mii's start popping up. That is not the case anymore. So in Mario Kart World, while you're populating and waiting for people to join, you are free roaming the world. And you can go anywhere you want. It's super fun to collect coins. And the stuff that you collect while you are in free roam can give you an advantage in the game. So it's super cool, like collecting a little booster pack here from the shop where they have like the food and stuff. You know, collecting the coins in the world, they give you a little boost, right? And so whatever you collect in the free roam gives you a boost in the game. So it's cool that when you're waiting, you're free roaming and you're kind of going around like crazy looking for stuff, right? So we did get to free roam. We got to free roam right before the knockout began while we waited. So the Mii's are no longer part of Mario Kart. It's just sad, right? But it's all about the player. It's all about the racer. I don't know whether the Mii's are going to be racers because they don't have Mii's just yet. I'm guessing maybe in an update. But you know how the Mii's just showed up with their racing suit on the world while you waited? Not anymore. Not anymore. It's more about free roaming while you wait now. Is the menu customizable? Nope, not yet. The menu is just a little updated version of the one we have now. It's the same UI, same where everything is kind of like the same, but it just looks more refreshed, colorful, and vibrant. Is it worth getting the new Pro controller? Does it feel more almost the same? Oh, the Pro controller is 4 times better, I would say. 4 times better. Not only does it feel more premium, it feels more comfortable. It's a little bigger. Buttons are bigger. Joy-Cons are bigger. Joysticks are bigger. The HD Rumble 2 is insane. So if you want to get the best out of your experience with Switch 2, yeah, the new Pro controller is the way to go. I went ahead and pre-ordered it I pre-ordered the Pro controller at GameStop, and I'm paying for it little by little until the 5th comes around. Do you think that Nintendo Switch 2 will increase every other major parties in the market to step their game up? I think so. I think the Nintendo Switch 2 is gonna just kind of blow out of the water. It's gonna make the Steam Deck lose a lot of money because the Switch 2 is more powerful than the Steam Deck. Okay, the Switch 2 is, I would say, bigger than a Steam Deck, has a bigger screen. The Switch 2 now has third-party games, Elden Ring, Hogwarts Legacy, all these bigger games. I know Hogwarts Legacy was in Switch, but this is the next generation Hogwarts Legacy, the same one that's on PS5 and Xbox Series X, is now on Switch, right? And so all of the amazing third-party games, bigger games, you know, we haven't even heard about Call of Duty. We know Call of Duty is coming to Nintendo Switch. It's part of the 10-year deal. We haven't even heard of that game yet for Nintendo Switch 2. When that game is announced, how amazing it's going to look, I mean, you know, so it's so much worth it. It's going to give a lot of other consoles a run for their money because now we have the power. We got the power. And so it's awesome. Did you play the Wind Waker? I did not play the Wind Waker. I didn't play NSO at all. I kind of know how it plays, right? It's NSO. I'm extremely excited for GameCube. I don't think anybody out there has been mentioning GameCube to NSO more than I have. Every single time, every single direct, every single GameCube to NSO, GameCube to NSO. I mean, I've been like just kind of willing it, you know. And so I'm happy that GameCube is coming to NSO, and it's gonna be available on day one. I didn't play it just because I wanted to focus on like the next gen games for Switch 2. But I saw the NSO area. It wasn't too full. It was like some people. I think everybody there had the same kind of mentality. I want to focus on the next gen system games, right? And make sure that we play the games that are on Nintendo Switch that were not there before, or Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games, you know? All right, let's see here. Is there themes? Nope. There's only the dark theme and the light theme so far. What accessories would you recommend getting in terms of third party at first? So accessories, if you don't want to get the camera from Nintendo, that camera, I have the accessories. I think in the community area I do have all the accessories also, but on that video I also have all the accessories that I recommend for Switch 2. A lot of them are cheaper. Grips are there too. I recommend getting some grips for your Nintendo Switch 2. Getting your screen protector. Screen protectors are vital. With that bigger screen now, you don't want to drop that and break it. That would be so sad. So definitely a screen protector for the Nintendo Switch 2. You know, the camera, any USB-C camera works, or any camera that is also USB. You just add an adapter to it with the USB-C and it works also. Don't get anything that's 1080p. Make sure 1080p and up, right? Don't get anything 720 or even 480 like that Piranha plant. Make sure that it's 1080p. That way, you know, you get the best experience. But yeah, I do have that video recommending a lot of accessories for Nintendo Switch 2. You can head over there, and then it also has all of the links with it as well. I have a couple of accessories already on me here. Just got off work. Sorry if it's already been asked. Don't worry, it's okay. Got it. Does the Switch 2 have the ability to stream games like the PS5? And guess what, Christopher? No, it has not been asked. There was no mention of streaming anything to anywhere, you know, like at all during the Nintendo Direct, you know, at all. And so this is my take on it. The UI for the Nintendo Switch is just an upgraded version to the Nintendo Switch. The Switch 2 version is the same one as Switch, but just with the facelift and a better performance. Same thing with the eShop, right? Don't think they added back the Twitter one. You know how they removed the Twitter feed, whatever. And so I don't see anything related to streaming on the Nintendo Switch right now. And so it's not to say that they won't update the UI or add any features, but streaming to consoles or to Twitch or any other platforms would have been something they could have talked about during one of the presentations at the feature, because that's a big feature to talk about, and that's a one that would attract a lot of people. But no, there was no demo or mention throughout the entire experience about streaming anything anywhere, unfortunately. Let's see here. Do you think that we will get a GTA 6 on Switch 2, and how much do you think it will cost? Do you think it would sell? Looking forward to the game. Love you, brother. Appreciate it, man. I think so. I think the GTA 6 has. I think the Switch 2 has the power to handle a version of GTA 6. If GTA 6 is coming to Xbox Series S, it's definitely coming to Nintendo Switch 2. If GTA 6 is coming to Steam Deck, is definitely coming to Nintendo Switch 2. And so I do think it has the power to work as that. We don't know how big the game is yet, right? But what I can tell you is that price point, it'll probably be the same price as every other. If they're thinking of charging $100 for that game, I think they're gonna charge $100 across the board, even on Switch. And even now we have an $8 game on Switch. It's like, okay, let's do it. How do I pass the time until Nintendo Switch 2 comes out? So right now it is April 28th. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 weeks and 4 days. So 5.5 weeks. That's it. 5.5 weeks till Nintendo Switch 2 comes out. What I would do is maybe pick up a game that you could beat in that time period and focus on that. All right. Any games that you might have started, any games in your backlog, something that's immersive and long and you can get into, right? I would do that, right? Don't pick up any game that you would want to play on Nintendo Switch or want to play on Switch 2 again, right? So best way to pass the time is to either look for go to your backlog and find a game you can play from here to then. Go to the eShop, find cheap games that are on sale on Switch 2, on Switch 1 to grow your library, because every game will get a boost for Switch 2. Every game. I know they're only selling a couple of games that are upgraded or made for Switch 2, but every Switch game will get an upgrade on a Nintendo Switch 2 in performance, okay? So every game, even Pokémon Legends, Scarlet and Violet, right? They will all get a performance boost on Nintendo Switch 2 and a minor visual boost, right? I wouldn't say 4K, but maybe up to 2K resolution. So every game will get a boost on Switch 2. Just find something that could either go on Switch because you know you're growing in the library for Switch 2, or go to your backlog. That's what I recommend, right? To here, did drifting feel good in Mario Kart? Was it like drifting in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? Drifting felt incredible because of the haptic feedback. Like when you're drifting, you kind of feel the rubber hitting the ground and kind of dragging when you have the on the Joy-Cons. We played on the Joy-Cons in their thingy, their I'm losing the word, what's it called, the thingy, the grip. And so feels a lot better because of the haptic feedback. So it does feel better. It feels a lot better. Do you think we will play Tears of the Kingdom on Switch 2, or you can have the updated experience? I will. I eventually will play Tears of the Kingdom on Switch 2. I don't know if I would have replay Breath of the Wild. I had a good enough experience with Breath of the Wild on Switch. I am going to replay Tears of the Kingdom. I am. I might replay Wind Waker. Well, not on Switch online. I might replay Skyward Sword also. Just to see how better it performs. I'm definitely gonna replay Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm gonna replay that game from the beginning. And this is gonna be in the times where I'm waiting for all the games to come out, right? So yeah, I'm gonna take some time to play that. Of course, we're gonna play Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza. All those games. Once I beat that, I'm gonna go into the backlog while we wait for all the games to come out. But yeah, I am gonna replay a lot of the games on Switch just for the experience. Does the Switch 2 graphics feel a 10 times improvement as claimed by Nvidia? Yes, it does. Compared to Nintendo Switch, we don't realize how. I mean, because we're just happy with our Switch, and some of us are content, but we don't realize how much of a leap this is. Power-wise, and graphic-wise, how things look, how they respond. I have a theory that I want to share with you right now before I close. I have a theory that I want to share on the next Mario game. But if it does feel fantastic. And it looks great too. It looks amazing. Can we live stream video on the Switch 2 YouTube? As of right now, I don't think we can. They made no mention of that during the presentation, nor at the experience. And the UI didn't have quite a big change overhaul. It's the same one, just with the little facelift, looking better, performing better as well. But so far, there's no confirmation that we can. All right, let's see here. Let me hide this one right there. All right. And this is a good question. Will Nintendo Switch power cable work with Switch 2? No, the Switch power cable would not work on Switch 2 because the Nintendo Switch 2 cable is a different wattage, requires more power, and the Switch 2, the Nintendo Switch power cable will not offer enough power to the Switch 2. So yeah, that will not work. Nor will the dock. Okay, so the power adapter and the dock will not work with the Switch 2 just because of the wattage difference, and the dock doesn't have the internal fans and the airflow that the Nintendo Switch needs to run and not heat up, and so it's not compatible. See here. So let's see here. Okay. Okay, so it's big. It's like, okay, so the Nintendo Switch 1 has about 7 watts, right? And the Nintendo Switch 2 is about 60. So it's a big difference between yeah, so the it's a 42 watt improvement or jump from the Nintendo Switch 1. So that itself can tell you it's a big that's a big leap from the small wattage to, it's crazy. Yeah, it's a big leap. Now, I want to show you guys something here really quick. There's a chance that this game, let me see if I can, there's a chance that the next Mario game coming to Switch 2 is Mario Odyssey 2. Okay? So there's a big chance that the next Mario game, yes, it's going to be open world, it's going to be massive, but the next Mario game will be Mario Odyssey 2. All right? So it's going to be new Mario Galaxy. It's going to be Mario Odyssey 2. The Nintendo Switch 2 is a sequel system. It's a brand new, different system. It's a Nintendo Switch. It's in the Switch family. It's in the Switch branding. It's the sequel system, like the Wii. The Wii U was to the Wii, right? The Wii U was to the Wii, a sequel system. That's why, like the Wii and the Wii U are sequel systems. That's why you can use the Joy-Con. You can use the nunchucks from the Wii U on the Wii. You can play Wii games on Wii U in disc form, right? It's a sequel system, and the only time we've gotten a sequel game in the Mario area, I would say, in the 3D Mario, era, the only sequel game we've gotten to a Mario has been Mario Galaxy 2, right, on the Wii. Super Mario Galaxy 1 and Super Mario Galaxy 2 in one console, which you could constitute the same Mario Wii U and Wii U. The Wii and Wii U are Wiis. They're both Wii systems, right? One is called the Wii, one is the Wii U. When we have the Nintendo Switch, we have the Switch 2. And so we're now again in the console, the sequel console to the Switch 2. Thank God they didn't call it the Switch U, you know? And one thing I want to point out, look at this guy here. Look at this guy. You want to see something? Let's look at this guy here. Look at him. Look at his dance. Look at his dance. Where is that dance from? By the way, I want that pillow. Look at that dance. Okay? That dance is from Mario Odyssey. Then we got Paulina. Paulina is there. Okay? She's there. And her design is the Mario. Oh my God. Her design is the Mario. Also, the Mario Odyssey design. Let's go. So this is the Mario Odyssey, Mario. And so, go back, come on, go back. There you go. So if you put them side by side, of course, this one looks better. It's a different resolution, updated design, but it's the same Mario from Mario Odyssey here in Mario Kart, and they have like these dances and everything. So we have Paulina with the same exact outfit. She's in Mario Galaxy, Mario Odyssey, and Mario as well. Take off my hat. Do you think we're getting the Joy-Cons in black and white or have the way. I think that we are getting different Joy-Cons. I have this feeling that when we do get an edition system, the only thing they're going to be fixing or changing from the Joy-Con is the aesthetic, that next color. If it's a white Joy-Con, they'll have different colors on the inside. If it's, like they're not going to go all out with the full design on the Joy-Con. Hopefully I'm wrong, but maybe they'll just do the dock with the design and then just the colors of the inside of the, the aesthetic, because this is a more premium system. It's a pro system, and so I think that they'll keep that sleek design with different colors. Right now we have the what do we have? Is it we got the blue and we got the orange, and so I'm guessing what they do is that they'll change those up, right? They'll change those up. Yeah, that's my opinion. I don't know whether, if we are getting, I'm pretty sure we are getting an edition systems of the Switch. But that's right now what we know. Yeah. And playing on tabletop mode for the Nintendo Switch is going to be better, a lot better now, with the system. So, oh, by the way, I have they gave me this thing here. Nintendo Switch 2. We have it has a zipper on this right here, and the cool thing about this zipper is that it's insulated, so you can put drinks in there. It'll keep them cold. You can put your lunch in there. It'll keep it cold or hot or whatever, but it's insulated right here, right? So it has like the little pad insulation here, so it stays cold or either cold or hot, right? And of course we have another thing here. The entire thing is kind of insulated here, but we have another one here. There, we have this other on the bottom there. I want this in there. There's this entire pocket, a really big pocket there, that also opens up here. And there's like a little net in there, so you can put maybe your pencils or something. You got that one, and then inside, so big. There's two layers. There's one layer if you want to put your tablet, if you want to put your Nintendo Switch, you can put your Switch right there, the Joy-Cons right there. So it has a little compartment for you to put the system on, like right here. Yeah, the Nintendo Switch would fit right there, and then the Joy-Cons right there. I mean, look what I have in here. I have a tripod in there. So that's what I have in here. I have my little mic there and everything. This is on my microphone, but it's huge. Look, it's so big and so premium, and it has like these side pockets on each side, right? Really cool padding on the back. Like when you put it on the back, it has this really thick padding on the back. So when you're wearing it on your back, it feels like you have a pillow on, which is very cool. And of course, it kind of closes up right here. That, and then this one like that too. Yeah, and I did confirm. These are exclusive to the experience, so they're not gonna be selling them on stores. They might have other versions of it, but this particular bag is exclusive to the experience. You have to have played 6 games. Like, they won't tell you that you can win this. They won't tell you that. What they tell you is try to play as many games as possible, because some people will just go there and say, you know what, I want to play Mario Kart the entire time. I'm not gonna play any other game. I'm not interested. And they won't take away this. They won't give you this. If you happen to play more than 6 games, you have the badge, which they can check out. Like they'll be checking out your bag that you played. You fill it out, and then when you leave the venue, they'll stop you and say, "Okay, let me see your badge." If your badge is full, you get one of these right here, which is very cool. And because they're exclusive, you know, they're very exclusive. They're not going to be sold in the stores. It's just like an event thing. There are people selling on eBay. They're selling them on eBay, on Mercari, and it's for $100, $150. So yeah, they're charging a lot of money for that bag. I don't know why. So yeah. All right, friends. So that is gonna be it for the live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. This is the new setup. The reason why it's all like this is because it's more accessible for me when it comes to, you know, like I control this TV right here. See right there. You see? I control the TV right there, and I could kind of show you guys things on this TV. Bigger, right? Like I can play anything here, and so I can show you guys things while I'm talking about them right on the screen. And of course, we have the other camera right over there, so you guys can see the thing. I need to buy another lens for that one. I admit that the lens is a little bit, it's less. The lighting, it doesn't, and it's not. To explain better, it's not the type of lens that takes a lot of light, so it looks a little darker. But I'm gonna work on that better so that it looks just like this one as well. So, all right, my friends, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. I hope you guys enjoy the stream. I hope you guys enjoy the Q&A. Stay tuned for my video reviews on the game. All the games that I played in the experience, I will post my first impressions review on the channel for you guys to enjoy. Of course, along with clips of the experience that you guys didn't see in the video, give you guys a little more, you know, more stuff for you know, to give you more value. And so stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for your support. I hope you guys enjoyed the event. If you have not watched it, go ahead and watch it. Leave your comment, share it with somebody. Share it with somebody who needs to know more about the Nintendo Switch, who has not yet been convinced. You can share that's the event with them as well. All right, friends. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.